Great. How you doing today?
I'm great. How you guys doing?
Doing wonderful. Thank you for joining us. Always a pleasure.
Uh,
Yeah, so we'll get that thought on the game, your overall thought on how the team competed to stay competitive in this game.
yeah, I thought we had a horrible first half. True, we did. Offense, defense, special teams, all of it. They just outplayed us, outcoached us, whatever you want to say, in the first half. And then, fortunately, in the second half, we settled down, played better defense, got more stops. Offense found a little rhythm and, fought our way back into the game to some degree. And like's happened to us, just not enough plays down the fourth quarter, down the stretch to win it.
Yeah, I mean, it almost felt like watching it that they were one score, maybe in the red zone away from really putting this game out of reach. Was it tough to watch at times for you?
No, I mean, I thought the first half was very frustrating. Just because I didn't, as good as they played, I didn't feel we did some things that we're capable of.
Yeah, and I guess the biggest factor that it seemed to be glaring was Anthony McFarland, number 41. He was just seemed like he was a matchup issue for the team to get him on the
No,
ground.
he definitely was hard. It was hard to deal with. Great, ran the ball well, yards after, contact. He was strong, and then catching the ball and got loose in some routes out there as well. So yeah, he had a big game on us.
Yeah, yeah. And then, definitely with the Battlehawks coming in, do you feel as if this team is, that's one of the best teams in the league? How competitive do you feel you're going to be because of the Brahmas in this next game?
Well, we should be competitive. We should give ourselves an opportunity to win. We took them to the wire when we played them at their place, and they beat us on the last second field goal. And hopefully, we could turn the tables this time.
Yeah, absolutely. We're rooting for you, and definitely I believe in you. And speak about that. You had gotten your 200 career win. What did that big win mean to you?
Well, all wins are fun. All wins are great. So I don't make much of a deal on numbers. I quit counting wins a long time ago. So, but I appreciate the guys recognizing it.
Yes, and also I never got a chance to ask you this question, but what are your thoughts on you being a college Hall of Famer and you making to that class of greatness?
Oh, I'm very appreciative of any recognition. I say it a lot. Football's the ultimate team sport, so no one does it alone. So I've had a lot of support and help through the years, and whether it be administration to assistant coaches and a lot of young, good, hardworking football players that played for me. That I'm very proud of all of them as well. So again, it's a reflection of everybody in the program.
Yeah, and you being the head coach, is there any player or players that you would, if the NFL or anybody would kind of recommend, is there any people on the top of your mind that you would say, you know what, you should give this person a look to make it to the NFL, whether it be a coach or a player?
Well, all of these guys, they're going to watch them. So we've got quite a few, and a lot of them will get opportunities and get invited to camps and whatnot. So we'll just see.
Yeah, so definitely hoping that, we end up this year good, really strong and solid. I'm going to be watching, and I wish you best of luck with the Battlehawks.
All right. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Bye.
Appreciate you. Take care now. How's it going so far today?
Good, Alan. How are you?
Doing well. Thanks for asking. Really appreciate it. It was a pleasure. And yeah, I wanted to kind of get your assessment of the game, and then I'll go from there.
Yeah, credit San Antonio. They're a good football team. In the playoffs for a reason. Yeah, credit to them. They did a good job, both offensively and defensively. Yeah, we just got to do a better job executing. That's kind of been our MO all year. Is we're just not detailed enough, and we got to be more detailed as players and make sure we execute coach's game plan.
Yeah, towards the end of the game, the very last play, it definitely seemed watching it that you were really disappointed in the result. Can you just explain the last play and your thought process?
Yeah, you have 4th and 12, game on the line. We just needed that one play, and we couldn't get it done. So it's very frustrating. And it's not the way I envisioned the season going. But hey, it is what it is now, and all we can do is look forward and do the best we can.
Yeah, I mean that play, it just seemed that it's kind of tough because they drop 8 men in coverage, 3 men rushing. Is there really much as a quarterback that can be done in that situation?
I mean, it's just a credit to them. I mean, they have a really good D line. They have a good rush up front. They were able to get to me, and we just couldn't execute the play. That was that.
Yes, but I mean, you guys came back, still was very admirable. Talk about that. The fact that watching the game, I even mentioned as a coach, it almost seemed like they were maybe a red score away early in the first half of really putting it out of reach. Talk about the game and as far as the team having the resolve to at least make it competitive and almost winning at the end.
Yeah, I think at halftime, the biggest thing was, hey, like we are just hurting ourselves. I mean, just little things here and there. I won't get into details, but I mean, all over the field, just you know, different issues that didn't really come up all week that just came up during the game. That we just got to do a better job of adjusting on the fly and being able to execute better and be more detailed. That's the biggest thing, is just be more detailed and execute.
And speaking of execute, the Battlehawks coming in, one of the best teams in the league, if not if not the best, next to the Stallions. How do you feel as if what you need to do to make sure that you put this team in a position to win this game?
Yeah, I just got to focus on my job. That's all I'm in control of, right? Is doing my job. So everybody has to do their 111, and hopefully that's good enough to win the game. But I think the biggest thing coming into this week is we got to be more detailed. 3 to 5 plays can change every game. Um, like we had a couple of those that if we just do the right thing, we might score a touchdown. So we just won't get, like I said, I won't get into details, but that's the big emphasis this week, is just be more detailed.
Yes, and definitely you're right about that. And you are a person that pays attention a lot to details. The next question is kind of like a two-part question. Number one, do you play Madden as a quarterback to help you? And if so, if you do, how does it help you?
I haven't played Madden in a long time. I did play when I was younger, but I really haven't played in a long time. But it does help you, when you're learning the fundamentals of just football, right? Like it tells you, the different route combinations, the names of the fronts on defense. It says nickel when you're picking the defense, dime. I mean, you can get the fundamentals of football for sure with Madden. So that's a good advantage.
Yeah, that's right. And your idol was at one of the UFL games, not at your game, but I feel like you're getting close to meeting Tom Brady. So, what are your thoughts about him actually showing up to one of the games?
Yeah, that was awesome. That's big. The fact that he's involved and wants to be a part of it, it's a good thing, right? Especially with having him there, it elevates everybody. When you have a presence like that at a specific game, at least I can speak for myself. I mean, shoot, I want to have the best game of my life, and I'm sure other guys feel the same way. But yeah, no, it's good, and hopefully I get to meet him one day.
Yeah, I think that day is coming soon. And when you're in the off season, we got 2 games left. Do you just take a week off and just go ahead and start preparing? And if so, what do you do in the off season to make sure you're ready for next season?
Yeah, I'll go home. I'll probably take, probably about a week of just completely off, let my body kind of rest, heal a little bit, and then it's right back on it. Back onto the
Yeah.
routine, slowly kind of build. It's a different type of training in season versus out of off season. But yeah, I'll just get back on my routine, get with my trainer, and get to back what I've been doing the last few years.
Yeah. And lastly, what drill as far as accuracy that you say you do the most? Is it throwing it to, inside a cone, or is it just to work on your accuracy when there's no receivers out there to catch the ball?
Yeah, well, usually I usually have at least one guy that goes catch for me,
Okay.
but which is pretty good. I do have a net that I throw to occasionally, but I don't use it much because usually I can get at least one guy. But yeah, I mean, I go with my trainer and we do different drills. Accuracy is also about like the bottom half too, of like mechanics, sequencing of the body and the hip dissociation. And foot strike. I mean, there's a lot to it that goes into playing quarterback. Not tilting my head, making sure my elbow's not, not leaning. Just a lot of different details. But yeah, I get with my trainer and we just get back on it.
Make sure the mechanics is the most important part.
Absolutely, fundamentals.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I appreciate you, and definitely best wishes this coming up week. I know that you're ready for that challenge for the Battlehawks, and I'm really going to be watching and hoping you get another W.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Alan.
Appreciate you too. Thank you so much.
Cool.
You say likewise. Thank you. Thank you for your pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, always a pleasure.
Thank you. Now.